Good morning. Hi, Amp. Sup, everybody on Amp. How are you? Do I need headphones for this?
Depends if you want to hear me in your ears or not.
Me and Jake been going headphoneless on Talkin the Yanks a lot. Because you don't need it.
Yeah, you don't.
We're in the same room.
Yeah.
But today we're recording a bunch of Talkin Baseballs, TPPs, Team Profile Corrections, and we need them to talk to Trev.
Right.
And sometimes wearing those headsets for like a really long time, you start to feel boxed in. All right, I gotta move my chair or something. How are you, Matt?
I'm good. I don't know. Just kind of a standard start to the day, to be honest. Walked in.
Straight from Oakland, holding my hat like the U.S. Open. It's not hat. I changed it. In the song, it's dick, junk.
Hat
dirt
would
nasty.
be more accurate.
It's dirt nasty. Simon Rex. Yeah, that's good. Normal.
Yeah. Was your morning normal?
No. I woke up at 4 and left my house. I got out of bed at 4:20, but I was up at 4. And then I left my house at 5 to come here and get work done because I got vacation coming up, and I have Talkin baseball, TPP binge today, and then tomorrow I have interviews for like a very important role we're trying to hire all day. And I'm going on vacation Saturday morning, and I really wanted a not stressful tomorrow after work. Like I didn't want to have to work Friday night after 5. So I came in this morning to get stuff done. I didn't get a ton done, but I set myself up to get some stuff done in between the cracks of Talkin baseball today. But anyway, everything that I have been neglecting about my car just came to like full head, which I knew was going to happen because I've just completely been neglecting it because the DMV just sounds like so much time I don't have. So when I get here before 6 o'clock, none of the garages are open. They actually open at 7. And the parking frees up at 7. So usually I set an alarm on my phone and then I go move my car into a garage at 7 if I'm here at 5:30 or whatever. But I missed that alarm and didn't do that. So my car just got towed. And there was a boot on it. I saw the guy put a boot on it. I was like, fuck. And then it got towed and my registration's expired. And then I can't get my registration until I have an emissions test. But I can't get my car out of the lot until it's registered. So that was kind of a catch-22. So I need to... What is it? I just went through this with them on the phone like 10 minutes ago. It's so stupid. So I need to bring my title and my ID to the lot where the car is and a tow truck. So I need to hire or get a tow truck to tow it to a mechanic who will do the emissions test. Then when I have the emissions test done, I have to register it. But that's fine. I can get it out of the lot. Or I could just not do that and just have the mechanic tow it to my house and then just roll the same dice. But I should probably get it registered. But the problem is my license has an address on it that's from 4 moves ago, because me and Katie moved every 7 months for 6 years. I moved from 2014 to last year, or 2021. I moved every year of my life to a new house. And we leased the car, so I don't have a title, so that was confusing. I just have the lease agreement because the title's in their name, so I had to figure out if they take a lease agreement, and they weren't sure. They do. I have that. And then now I might not be able to renew the registration because we lived in New York when we leased it, and now we live in New Jersey. So it's like a bunch of... And I have to get a new license. My license expires next month anyway, my birthday. So in my head, I was like, well, when I have to get a new license, because I need a valid license to fly places and travel and drive, then I'll do everything else, and it'll just be one day at the DMV. And I almost got there. I was a month out. So maybe I'll just get it towed to my house and not use it. So I started riding the motor bicycle and not driving my car because I was like, this is going to happen eventually. So that's a whole thing because I have a full day today, a full day tomorrow,
vacation,
and then vacation Saturday morning. So I don't know when I'm going to make time because I know that even going to this yard where the car got towed to, like even going there, if I have my driver's license, my lease agreement, and a tow truck driver, and we walk in, that's going to be an hour and a half before I leave that place.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need to do anything. I just need to show them those 3 things and leave. And it's going to take, and I know that. So they're open 24 hours, so maybe I work late and then do it tonight. I don't know when I'm going to do it, so.
Then you have to go?
Honestly, at this point, so if there was no real ramifications, I'd just be like, fuck that car. And see what is that option. If I just call the dealership, I'm like, hey, car's at the lot. Lease is up. Lease is up soon anyway.
Mm.
How does that cost me? Because the time to do all this might be worth that cost.
Right.
So I don't know.
Damn.
It's my own doing. I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I just didn't value. I knew this day was going to come, and I was like, whatever. I'll let that day come, and that'll be the bad day. But I was almost close to February 18th. Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, I should have just parked in a not there. But I've done that so many times, and I just set the alarm for 6:55, and I go down there and move in, and I've been fine.
Mm.
So I don't know. It was a good morning. Now it feels like I'm not going to get anything done, or I'm not going to see James again, and I didn't see him this morning. I didn't see him last night, so I kind of need to go home and see him before he goes to sleep tonight, which maybe that puts my car in the lot until tomorrow, and I wake up at 4 a.m. and do this at 5 a.m. tomorrow again. I don't know. What's the best option there? Maybe I can get John to try and get the tow truck for me, and then I wouldn't be able to go today until 5 o'clock, which means I wouldn't see James all day again. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, so then I would go tomorrow morning.
So then I need to go tomorrow morning. I think we have our first interview at 10. I just can't trust that I'm going to be out by 10. Can you have the tow truck tow it to New Jersey? That seems like it's going to be an exorbitant amount of money.
Can you...
Does AAA count?
I don't know. How early can you get a tow truck to come and do anything?
I don't know. I've only ever got one by being on the side of the road and using AAA. I never just got one because they won't let me drive my car away.
Yeah.
So I have no idea.
I feel like if you got one to get to wherever this place is at 6 or 7 a.m., you would be good by 10.
Do I need to go with the tow truck driver? Can I just come here and I go to the office and they tow it to New Jersey where Katie is?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, me neither.
You have to give your stuff. That's why I was saying, can somebody else take your paperwork there? Meet the tow truck driver.
It's my license, so I'm guessing no.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Whatever. I figure it out or I won't. Just whatever. Fucking hate the DMV.
Yeah. Well, sorry that happened. That sucks.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yeah.
It should be. But it's just, if I had a lighter day today or I had Saturday free, it would be easier. But I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. We got a lot of name suggestions on the show yesterday.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm just telling Katie. She's called her. I was like, hey, don't be mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's been warning me about this forever.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right. The name discussion. A lot of people left good comments. I thought we got a ton of good suggestions. Let me open up the AMP chat, see who's here.
Also, shout out to everybody in here because we're up to 52, and I don't remember.
Somber start. Me just kind of like talking about. Oh, goddamn! There you are.
Oh, you open morning.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The most people we've had in here for a while, and we talked about your car getting towed for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it. Did you see what I tweeted out? I've just been, maybe Instagram. I did it on Instagram this time. I tweeted out the last 2 times I've just, whatever video I have on my laptop that I've never shared before, I've just used as the morning tweet. I made that way back in floorball thinking it was a fun way to promote Jack's awesome saves, and I never shared it. So
I did see that. That was funny.
What was I talking about? The names. Okay, let's go look at some of the name suggestions. I was so pumped on the labeling colors thing too. That we found out. I found a Premiere video that there's a bunch of Premiere videos. I should just share one all the time with the editors group. Mm-hmm. But it was like a really useful way to organize colors. I just Googled, like, there's 16 options. I Googled most common 16 colors hex codes, and then I just did that. I changed my whole Premiere.
The most common 16 colors?
Yeah, like basic 16 colors.
Oh, so that they're not close to one another.
Yes.
Like Premiere right now is green and forest are 2 of them.
The 16 named colors. So those are the colors I put in my Premiere now. Yeah, the Premiere colors are ridiculous.
Insane.
What is the one with
Cerulean?
Cerulean. And
mango.
And instead of orange, they say mango, and instead of pink, they said magenta.
Yeah, and there's like 2 pinks. One's really dark.
And then there's rose.
Rose is the light pink.
Yeah, change it to red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still baffled every time I do it that green is like dark green or something.
And forest
is light green.
Yeah.
Or iris and forest, and it's like definitely should be the other way. Forest should be dark green.
Yeah, I changed that right away because that was so stupid. These guys that are from London that are coming to the cricket or the ball and play league that I talked about. So those blitz balls are hard to get a hold of in the UK.
Oh,
I told them we're switching the ball any. When we decide, that's the only thing in my car right now. I was like, should I take that out? My trunk of my car is just full of like balls and bats because we're testing out a million different things.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this will make me get my car. I literally was like, if I took everything else out of my car, I was like, if I take nothing out of this car, I have no point in getting it.
Right.
So I was like, I'll leave the blitzball stuff, so I have to go get it.
It's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get to the names. I'm so twisted up right now.
Yeah.
Did you like any of the names?
So I texted you that the 2 most common are like JM behind the scenes and Talkin JM, like those 2. One that I saw this morning on a YouTube comment that I liked was using the word building.
71 comments on the episode from yesterday or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of comments.
Well, I pinned a comment that said comment.
I saw that, but I think there's only 12 replies there. So that's still, I guess people were just leaving suggestions. It's a lot of comments.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool.
Brainstorming in the morning. You like building? I thought building. I thought that was cool too. Kind of gets it across.
Yeah.
Ground up. I don't think that fully gets it. It's too cute. What's your winner?
If it was my show, I would probably do like build in something.
JM.
Yeah.
Breaking Down Life with Dr. James O'Brien Sr. Do you like that one?
That's my second.
Okay. Talkin' Shit with Jimmy. That's DJ Doubtfire. Behind the Hoodie.
Yeah, I also like that, but it's very cute.
It is cute. It wouldn't tell people what they're about to tune into.
Mm-mm.
Jomboy All Access. Morning Meeting. How not to run a sports media company. Rude. Not so deep thoughts.
Wait, that comment confused me because the other ones weren't rude. So was that an attempt at how to run a not sports media company? Because we don't want to be called sports media company.
No, I think they're all kind of rude.
Oh, they're all rude.
Well, you got JM in the AM, the rundown. You got how not to run a sports media company. This is from north of Nashira, and they commented, "Not so deep thoughts" by Jimmy. Jimmy rambles.
So they're like half rude.
Half rude, half joking with us, because I don't totally disagree.
Yeah.
With them. I don't know.
Whatever.
Not clear what their angle is. Niners fan man said somehow this might be the best show on your entire network. I hope that reads like a compliment. It's meant.
You got to start posting to Instagram more often. 67?
You think Instagram's getting people in here?
I mean, you did the double post.
Maybe it's the video of Doyle making all those saves. Building Jomboy keeps the in title format fairly self-explanatory as long as you know what Jomboy Media is. That's from Pamela Danish. I think that's a good one, Building John. But I would do JM or Jomboy Media. It's a big. That was a big. I've talked about that in here, but had to have.
I don't think so on here.
We're trying to get all the people, like this is not for audience, but all the people that work for the company to stop referring to the company as Jomboy.
Yeah.
And that's why Jomboy Media or JM. Thought process being you run into so many people that are like, I didn't know it was a company. I thought it was just one guy. And right. if we start using Jomboy Media exclusively or JM for like shorthand text, then it kind of reinforces that from us out. But me and Courtney were the only people that like really were fighting that fight pretty hard, and we're trying to get everyone else to.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had known that my little hobby LLC was gonna become this big, maybe we wouldn't have named it that. But we're pretty deep, and the SEO on it is good because Jomboy is the only other thing is a town in Uzbekistan.
Oh,
and
really?
They don't got shit on us. Yeah. They don't. Their SEO stinks.
Imagine we went there.
We should go there. There's a giant sign that says like "Welcome to Jomboy."
I'm talking on the gods.
Oh, you think Uzbekistan is in GeoGod?
I don't know.
I mean, Jomboy, Uzbekistan, 2023 best places to visit. They're on TripAdvisor.
As the best places to visit in what?
Well,
Uzbekistan?
No. These are the best places to visit in Jomboy.
Oh.
They got a mill, a paper mill, a tomb, 3 hotels, Bibi Khanum Tea House, Bibi Khanum Hotel. So 4 hotels, a tomb, a paper mill, an observatory, and a restaurant.
Did you know that there's a Jomboy district?
That's it.
Jomboy City is the capital of the Jomboy district.
I didn't know that. I knew that there was a district. I thought they were just the same thing.
I mean, it looks pretty big to me. Jomboy district.
That is. So it's by Kyrgyzstan. Oh, no, it's not.
It's on the border. Probably
Kyrgyzstan. It's by Kyrgyzstan.
Wait, let me see.
It's by a bigger city called Samarkand. You want to go?
It looks like it's on the border of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan to me.
It's in Uzbekistan.
Yeah, I know, but it's on.
Oh, so border. I'm just looking at the city. Jomboy District. Same thing. I don't think it's that big. Are you on Google Maps?
I don't know. What is this?
That's a fake website.
It's okay.
You trust Google Maps more?
Yeah, definitely.
There's a place in Jomboy called Babegish.
Oh, this is stupid. So this is the district. This is the region of Uzbekistan. And like the gray is a region.
Yeah.
And the red is the district.
I knew you
I
were.
thought this was the whole thing.
I knew what you had because I'm kind of a Jomboy expert.
Right.
But there's a place called Babegish, and I think that's cool. It's clear, 29 degrees right now. I don't know much about Uzbekistan.
Jomboy House of Culture.
That's probably cool. There's a town called Jizak.
I did see that on the map.
Jizak. So we should go there. Anyway, yeah, so we're trying to get not when it's company, like if it was, it wouldn't be behind building Jomboy. It would be building Jomboy Media or building JM. Because that's, we gotta start having people think of us as a company, not just one guy. But yes, when I originally thought it was just Talkin Yanks, but we couldn't make the company LOC Talkin Yanks, and that was the only plan. So we needed a company name.
Right.
And we were like, I don't know, just say Jomboy Corp, Jomboy Media. In like February of 2018, we had, there was the biggest plan was that we would maybe get on Yes Network as a TV show. Right. And like produce Yankees content. So if we had thought bigger from the start, maybe that wouldn't be the name and we wouldn't have to do this, but we're dug in now. So all of the names would be Jomboy Media All Access, JM All Access, not when I'm reading them here. Mm-hmm. So building Jomboy Media, I don't know if that could be good.
What'd you say, building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the apostrophe theme. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes when you do themes like that, eventually you're like, this is corny. Like, everything's like this.
I feel like
then
you're
like,
well,
it is good.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone away from it.
Yeah.
And now this show is like the structure. So
yeah.
This
well, all of mine are still there, basically. Like, we have playing, watching, what Jake and I are on.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to Maddie. What about that's the name of the show?
That would be one of the worst SEO decisions of all time.
Okay, fine. Norm Somerton says Jizak sounds beautiful. I don't know. Nate Steele says JM Creations, Morning Construction, JM Thinking. Production fits because we talk a lot about production, says Grunks, which is a fun name. Grunks. Behind the sports. Abe said building tradition. I don't know. I'm scrolling way up. This guy says Nashville. Dang, they booted and towed that car quick. They did. Whatever. Ins and outs of Jomboy Media. Does it need to have a catchy, like when we think about naming a kid, I think, well, what can I have the nickname be? Like, could it be played with the title to be shorter or longer? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Although the leader in the clubhouse is Claire for our daughter that's coming, and I don't know any nicknames that I can say with that.
It's a one-syllable name.
I know. Might say C. I don't know, because I'd rarely call people just by their name. Although James has stuck for a while, but we did Baby James for a while. Katie calls him JJ sometimes.
Whoa. Middle name J?
No, it'd be like James Jr.
Oh, right.
His middle name's D, so he could be JD. That hasn't really happened. I don't know. We'll think on the names more. Building Jomboy Media.
Yeah, we'll keep thinking.
Yeah. Does that even get it across? Does it need to? I don't know. What is this show about? Someone commented, this is a weird show. Did you see that one?
No. That's a good comment.
Yeah. They were just like, what is this? It was something along those lines. And I got some love for my baseball equipment book that Nikki was out on.
Yeah. I saw some love. Some love. See, I do think if we were to re-up with AMP and then did a weekly, we'd have a lot more to talk about, and we'd lose a little bit of the weirdness. We did this basically a day ago. We don't have that much to say.
Yeah. You and Sam had a calendar meeting yesterday. You could talk about that. My car got towed, so we found stuff. But yeah, we don't, like, if it was like once a week, you would have more stuff. We're not at the warehouse this week on a Thursday. So it's my first time doing all 5 days in the office in a while, because usually we do Thursday warehouse, but the floors are getting redone. I haven't seen any pictures yet.
Not a lick.
I'm going to text Bill. I'm trying to find that comment. Someone made me laugh a lot. This is a pretty strange show. Haha. I like it. I thought that was pretty
Adding
good.
the little I like it is
Yeah.
funny.
Haha. I like it. Okay. Someone on AMP chat, we shout him out. Nash Wave said, yeah, I like building too. And Court O'Brien, who's that, said, I like building Jomboy Media.
Courtney listens to this?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Courtney.
She's probably not going to listen to the full thing. She's probably already tuned out. Is she here?
Take it back then. No, there's no way that she's here listening to this.
Should I start reading my emails
No.
on the show?
No, both ways. You don't read them anyway.
I'll read subject lines.
Yeah, I know.
No, for the show.
Oh, okay.
I just got 2 emails. People sent their 9 o'clock emails out.
Oh, I have an idea.
The subject of this is 1, 2, or 3. Do you think that's engaging enough to click?
1, 2, or 3?
Yeah.
They're going to present you 3 options?
That's just the subject line of the email. I have no idea.
No. It's too cute. We don't like cute.
They're giving me response. The 1, 2, or 3 are responses I can send back to them.
Oh.
That is too cute for me. Emailing is so tough, though.
Very.
Getting people's attention. That's John's job. He weeds through and lets me know, hey, you should respond to this one. Jake and I talked to some 7th graders yesterday. We can talk about that.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Good. So Jake and mine and Jake's roommate from college, Al, is a teacher, teaches history at a middle school, and they have like a podcast class,
Okay.
which I didn't know was a thing
Neither did I.
because we're old. Well, I'm way older
Whoa.
than you, but we're old. And these kids, I guess you can choose any topic and present it to your teacher and say, this is the topic I want to cover. And they were baseball fans, and they wanted to cover the Astros cheating scandal. And then our buddy Al was like, well, I'm friends with Jomboy and Jake. And then the kids got excited. And then they asked us questions. They asked us some good questions. What is this?
This is me emailing you in 2019.
Oh. Are you...
I don't know what the month is.
you want me to say, read this email out loud?
I just thought it was funny because we were talking about emails and it made me think of that.
Look at
And
how many...
you
You never
actually
said
responded.
Jomboy. You said Jomboy Media every time because the word Jomboy is highlighted in here.
Well, because I searched that in my emails to go find that.
Maddie, this is a long email.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's the best email, but
No, I'm not saying that, but...
you don't have to read the whole thing. You don't have to read any of it. I just thought it was funny. This is like once I started editing for Phil, and I, in the back of my mind, didn't want to do software consulting anymore.
How
So
much
I
of this
wanted to-
advice do you think I still
That's the...
agree with? Did you think it was rude how I took your email and I broke it out into
I didn't think you were going to respond.
because I did this once, and I think it's nice when people do this, or I appreciate it. I did it once, and someone told me, like, don't do that. That's so passive aggressive.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think it just is.
So when people send you a
easier to
paragraph
read.
that have 5 questions in it, I just
Yeah.
break them down and, like, this question, here's the answer to that.
Right.
And it's more so, like, to make sure I don't miss anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes when you email someone 4 questions, they just answer the one at the end,
Right.
and they don't answer everything. But I did that once. It was a business email, and
Somebody didn't like that?
someone on our end said, like, oh, don't do it like that, thinking it was passive aggressive to, like, I guess in their head, it was like me going slowly. Like it was me, like they were saying a bunch of stuff, and I was like, well, first, blah, 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 blah. And your second question, blah, blah. And I was like, but I think it's much nicer to do it.
I mean, if you read an email in that voice, no matter how you type it, it's going to sound like that, right?
Yeah. I responded lengthy stuff for you. Was this
what was
off-season
the
combo?
date?
October 23rd, 2019.
So middle of World Series, and you responded?
Or was it right after the Yankees lost?
I don't know.
Because they lost in Game 6 in 2019? Yankees, Astros, Game 6 was October 19th. So, yeah, it's the World Series. Astros, Nationals World Series. Does it have times? 11:01 a.m. It's a morning email. You asked, how did you overcome the hump of working full-time and then deciding to take the leap of faith and go with Jomboy Media mission full-time?
See, this is me, like, wanting to do Phil stuff full-time.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I gave you really long answers. That was nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish I had time to do this still. I said for the entire 2017 season, I was working a 9-to-5 job that also included most weekends because I was doing weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I was a video editor, videographer for a wedding and events company, so I was in the office Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and then at weddings working on weekends. I started live tweeting games and covering the Yanks and making the podcast on the side because it fulfilled me and scratched a different creative itch, but I always treated it like a real job and treated my audience like a real audience. It's all about consistency. If people tune in for the post-game recap vids, then you can't miss a post-game recap vid or be late, you know? I think a lot of people get hung up on starting something and have a once I have an audience, I'll do this mindset, but it's a catch-22 because you need to deliver like you have an audience to even get an audience. I still agree with that.
Okay, so good advice from 2019.
Yeah, especially starting up. I still agree with that advice. I think we just had meetings with a lot of the creators here, and I was like, you need to throw stuff at the wall. And when you find something that's good, you need to like stick with it, because if you're just going to come and go, then people aren't going to latch on because they're just going to come and go with you. But yeah, when I did Talkin Yanks and we had, I don't know, 300 people listening at first, I think we ended at maybe 1,000 or 2,000 in the 2017 postseason. But to me, I always tell people when you're that young, picture those people in a physical space. If you were to stand on stage and 300 people chose to be there listening to you, you'd be fucking blown away. So just because they're on a podcast app doesn't mean it's not still like awesome and cool, because it's not it's active listening. They have to go to the episode and hit play. They can leave whenever they want, but it's not like TV where you're flipping the channel and like you found them in a way. Like they had to go.
Right.
Or my face isn't your face.
7. Do you think it'll reach?
Well, I already trying to get Maddie's face on here.
721212.
Uh-oh. Your next question was, what drove that decision? How comfortable was it? I said, after the 2017 season, I had built a good following that was really engaged. You emailed me back in 2019. We never knew each other. Did we introduce what we're doing enough for people? Are they confused? Sometimes.
If you're confused, I sent Jimmy an email in 2019 with questions, and he sent an email back.
We didn't know each other.
No.
Well, you knew of me, but like I hadn't. Had we met at the Phillies game that one time yet?
Yes.
Did
It
you
must have been like 2 months before that.
Did you mention that in here? In your
I don't
email?
know.
Did you say like I was the kid that at the Phillies game? Yeah. He said thanks again for taking the time to chat with me. So he didn't like say it was that. So maybe I was like, I chatted with this guy?
Probably.
When? So you asked what drove the decision. Was it comfortable? I said, I had built a good following that was really engaged. I didn't have any part of my brain that thought it was enough to go full time, but I was lucky to be approached by an investor who believed it was. I quit my job, took a small investment, it was $25K, and went full time. Best case was it worked. I can't believe I did that for $25K. It's nice to not have kids or like I didn't have anything. That's why I was like, I'm in nowhere. I don't have kids. House is living with Katie and her parents, saving money. Best case was it worked out. Worst case was I took a year to build a foundation, but had to go back to filming weddings after a year. Yeah, that was. It was like, well, I'll establish a part-time job and then go back. But in my head, I was like, if I fail at this, how miserable I will be to have to go back and do it even part-time will be so. That was maybe the biggest driving factor. Like, you're not going to be able to, like, if you 20, it would be 29, 28, or I think it started at 28. So it'd be 29 or 30 years old. And when you're not 30, you think 30 is crazy old. I bet you think 30 is like a big, giant number. And then you're like, fuck, I'm going to be 30 and this is my last shot. So it was scary. But that is how I said it to everyone that I explained it to, like my dad, my parents, Katie. I said, hey, worst case, I make 25 grand for a year to build up a side project that then I can go back to working weddings and make 50 and have a side that's earning double. That was like, that in my head, I presented that as the fallback win of this.
Yeah. I did like, when I joined here, it was like, worst case scenario, it's 1 year.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, that's good. All you guys
was.
took kind of a similar leap of faith with us.
What was the next question?
I said that was a 2-paragraph answer by me though. I said it was scary though, still really scary. Hope it stays. I said it was scary though. It's still really scary, and I hope it stays scary because that's what drives me. So yeah, that's what I said then. And I still drives me. Yeah, because we're not really anything yet. Like I haven't cashed out and sold the company. You know, we took on an investment, but we still are the biggest owners. Like there's so many companies that have been around 4 or 5 years and then gone.
Yeah. That's why
some sell and they make money, but then their passion project's gone, or some never sell and it just goes away. Like, and a lot, there's circumstances you can affect and you can't. So in my head, this is still just like a blip that we're not steady yet. That would be like the next, in 5 years, we'll know.
Yeah, I mean, we said it last episode. Nikki said we're in chapter 1.
Yeah. Yeah. For 2 years, we lived off nothing. I couldn't afford to do anything but work. I'm lucky to have a support system in place. If you have people that believe in you, willing to support you, take advantage of it and do your best to reward them. That's true. You must have caught me in like a real reflective.
The Yankees just
lost. I think this was 2019.
Yeah. So
2019, at this point, we had just found success.
Right.
Like we had just started to be bringing in more than we were spending, but we were paying ourselves nothing. But like the breakdown started to hit, and when the breakdown started to hit, people came to invest. We had like a lot of options. Not for a lot. I think it was a $3 million valuation, which is kind of silly. Like it was $300,000 we got $300,000 from this group. Like they got a good deal, but yeah, it was like a 3x. So that means we didn't bring in $1 million. So I don't know. Maybe we brought in less than that. I forget. But I just had like found it, success. And then Jake was moving to New York. I was moving to New York, and all of that was in place. Not according to Astros fans who say the cheating scandal made us.
This is before cheating scandal.
Yeah, that was November.
Yeah.
I signed that first round of funding right after publishing that video.
Yeah.
But we had already come to terms and been negotiating the whole time. I published a cheating video. I went to Max Manus' high school, who works here now, and talked to him because he was the head of his sabermetrics club.
Right.
And then I went to dinner with investor and had like the final, like, come on now.
That day?
That day, yeah.
Did you know what was happening?
No, it's kind of off my phone, so I wasn't like checking in the whole time. Let's see. You asked, your next question was, outside of the hard skills and the resilient attitude, what other characteristics do you like to see in the content creation field? Interesting. I just said consistency. Takes a while to find your voice and point of view. I know that kind of sounds like nonsense. When I was younger, I would have read that as nonsense, but it's true. If I started covering the Yanks at 24, it wouldn't have gone well because I wasn't really sure what my point of view was. Was it reactionary and angry, calm, humor only, serious only? I didn't know. Once you know what you want to be all about, you got to deliver consistently. You want to ingrain your content into people's everyday schedules, and the moment you dip may be the moment they dip as well. Also, originality, which is daunting at first because there's so many people trying to do this. If the concept isn't unique, then the tone and style has to be. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. I mean, yeah, I read a lot of books, like a ton of books when I was a kid. And I also wrote when I was in my young 20s in college. I was always reading and I was always writing. And I would always be like pissed off when all these authors would be like, I didn't find my voice until I was in my 30s. I didn't find like my point of view until I was in my 30s. And I was like, what the fuck? When I was younger, I'd be like, what does that even mean?
Right.
You didn't know your voice. You didn't know who you were. And then I think they say that male adolescence really wears off actually after 24, 25. And for me, that's spot on. And I kind of like went through the stages of like listening to Barstool and then being like trying to also play along with that, like really cynical kind of like negative, it's all just jokes, negative tone. And when I was younger, I thought like was similar to my voice. And then I was like, no, that's not how I agree. I'm an optimistic, cynical person, but like love wholesomeness. And that's how I'd rather like project. That's truly who I am. So it took me a while to be like, understand that. Yeah. People can find it earlier, obviously, but yeah, sure. that is true. Like, I don't think if I would have been good at everything if I did it when I was younger, and I can't like we have so many really young kids that are
super young.
We got Ice and Jolly. Nikki's young. I'm like, man, I was such an idiot then. I would have fucked up the future for myself by saying some dumb stuff or just trying to lean into jokes too much and all that. Next question you asked, what strategies have you taken not only to grow the Jomboy Media brand, but also enhance your own abilities and skills? I said engagement's the best strategy. People want to be part of something. I used to respond to everyone that tweeted at me. I responded to every DM. We answered questions and voicemails on the podcast. We aren't looking to gain fans. We're looking to build a community.
Hey, you said that like a month ago.
That was what I put that on a who we are as a company presentation and said that to the whole company. What? Yeah, a month ago. So yeah, I still agree with that. If you have 10 people that engage with everything you do, then engage back with them. That was also kind of part of the presentation. It's like put a lot of people that might be in this chat like faces on the screen, and I just asked the company, who's this? Who's this? All the people that have been here, and everyone's like, that's Llewellyn. That's Fayal. Mm. And I think for everyone that's new, it's like, oh shit. Yeah. I was trying to pull the point, like it is more community. I don't like the word fans. So I started to realize, okay, you got some more questions. Where do you see the future? Where do you see that growth taking the future? We have some exciting news coming out this winter. Big things. So that was about moving to New York and getting the investment and bringing on, like eventually we use that investment money, bring on Rose and some other people. How will that growth mold the mission? I said, we don't really have a mission. We just want to talk about things we like talking about with people who also enjoy those things. But that, we still don't have it like a mission. That was that presentation, and it's hard to boil it down. We're getting closer and closer.
Is that it?
I think I just said an ending at the end. I said, I know most of this stuff sounds broad. I remember searching for the answer forever on how to break through, and I'd read people say the things I'm saying and think that's not help, but there has to be an actual formula, but there isn't. You just have to do it and commit yourself to doing it. I made YouTube videos for years before breaking through, blind taste tests, restaurant reviews, beer competitions, you name it. I also kept an active blog for a full year, posting 5 blogs every day. None of that got me anywhere, but it helped me find out what content I liked and what POV I had on things. I literally said that spiel to 3 different people yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yes, I agree with a lot of the advice I said back then. That is wild. I literally said a lot of that yesterday.
Right.
Like, I ran an active YouTube and blog for 5 years before Talkin Yanks started to actually grow, or before then the breakdown started to like really go off. And I would just commit myself to things. Like I did that blog. I would write blogs, or I would have like every Friday was this plus 2 blogs for a full year.
Fail said, "Wait, my face was used for what?"
Can't tell you. Can't tell you again. So I agree with a lot of what I said there.
Yeah, I think everything that you said, you would still say right now.
Yeah.
None of that was different.
No. But like, I think when you're trying to break through, or you're trying to like really do it, you just want like a formula so bad. You just like tell me like tangible stuff to do. And I used to be able to give that on Twitter. I don't know how I do it now on Twitter, but like, of like, hey, this is what I did. And it might be like grimy, or no, it's not grimy. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's just in your face.
Sure.
Like, respond to everyone that responds to you. Follow people. And then respond, just open up conversations. That's cool. That was a nice email. Did you responded? I don't know if I responded to your response.
You did.
I did not?
You did.
Oh. So we're just pen pals.
Pen pals. Did you also see I forwarded it to my dad?
No, I didn't see that.
That was the email under it just said forwarded.
Oh. You just said, look at this?
Yeah.
When you were like interviewing, you didn't bring all this up.
No.
Why not?
Why?
I don't know. We had like chatted before.
I said that I met you at the Phillies game and that I felt bad for not buying you a hot dog.
Oh. I do remember meeting you at the Phillies game, but I have a very good memory, so I'm good like that. But sometimes, like a lot of these little communications, they're tougher.
Sure.
To remember.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
I don't know if I would have remembered the email exchange.
Because
there's no visual.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to. But no, valid question. Probably should have said it. But
someone tweeted at me, "This is a flat out irresponsible of you to say. Fuck you, Jomboy." What did I say?
Holy cow.
Oh, Angels fans are mad at me again.
Oh.
Because I hate talking baseball, dude. It's a very successful show, and I enjoy sitting down and talking to Trevor and Jake about baseball. I almost need to, like, there's no reception, I don't know.
I think that you've said it before that the listeners in live chat of that show are maybe the meanest or like.
Well, it's just how like
fastest
every
to-
other, like if you go to like Joe Rogan's comment section, it's people that listen but hate him, and if you go to anyone, right, anyone that gets big enough, their comment section is people that listen but hate them, and that's the only place where that's what's happened. Like Talkin Yanks is still people kind of like in on the joke with us, laughing, conversational. Yep. I'll go in there, I'll respond. Obviously, morning is I'll go in there, respond. The watching and the playings comment section are in on the joke with us, having fun, like really funny actually. Like
yesterday was so funny.
Yeah, I don't post like every time we post on those channels. I go read the comments and I'll like heart them and I'll respond if I'm in there. Even breakdowns are still like nice. And a lot of times people in the breakdown comments are like giving more information.
Right.
But yeah, Talking Baseball is the only one that became like that. This is what happens when you get more listeners thing. So, but we have shows that have more, and it's just like, damn.
Somebody said Baseball Today has some pretty rough comments too.
Yeah. It's just national audience then.
Maybe.
You're not servicing a small niche community. You're trying to talk to everyone.
News.
But yeah, there's just no. The biggest thing I get out of it is talking to Trev.
Yeah.
Like hanging out with Trev for a little bit, and during the season when there's like fun, I don't know, man. Like TPPs, I'm just dreading these. It's like I basically got to do it. We got to talk about the teams. I'll share my honest opinion, but it's just like a opinion or a thought, and then I'll have to dodge whatever because it's just like, oh, dude, you guys are so upset about nothing.
Yeah, just your opinion.
And the Angels fans, like, I don't understand why they're upset with me. I want the Angels, who have 2 generational, like, or like century only, how would you say generational, but like for a century? Like best of the century, not even decade. Like, you know.
Best of 3 generations.
Yeah. Talents on your team, and I want them to go spend and get pitching that's actually like a winner, and not have the rest of the roster just like roll the dice. It's not even an anti-Angels. That's a pro-Angels take.
Yeah.
I want them to be
good
in the World Series,
yeah,
or in the ALCS every year.
Yeah,
with Trout and Shohei and all their talent on display.
Right.
But they won't do that because they're like half pot committed, and they won't ever sign pitching. So that was I gave them losers of the offseason because it might be their last year of Shohei, and they didn't go get at anyone that's like significantly better.
Yeah, sorry about that, Nate Steele.
What?
He's just an Angels fan, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, Nate's awesome. He might be mad at me. I don't know.
No, I don't. I was just saying sorry that they don't spend.
It also is how I talk, which I do have to take responsibility for. I think it's funny to just be outright sometimes. Someone commented on Morning once, something that made me laugh because I was talking about my phone, how I don't like it makes noise, and someone left the comment that like that was the most crass way to explain a healthy relationship with your phone. Or like it was something like that. Because I was talking about how my phone, I don't want my phone to get my attention because I give it so much already, so it's always on silent or mute and no vibrate or anything. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of how I talk. Like that's like my style of joking or making things more colorful, is like saying things aggressively that are actually not aggressive. But I don't know. Like today we got to talk about who's going to be the 30th ranked team. Pirates?
Probably.
20 minutes on the Pirates.
Nate said not at all mad at you, FYI.
Nice. They
talk.
Oh my god.
Jomboy upgrading to the M2 MacBook Pro.
What's that mean?
No idea. I'm assuming it's a laptop. Nationals 30th ranked?
Could be.
So you don't know?
I don't know. Our audience voted on him.
Yeah, I know that. I voted.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know the result. I mean, I can look it up. And I think we're recording 3 or 4 today.
Nice.
They might be live on
minutes,
AMP.
right?
Did we figure that out?
I've not been a part of that conversation.
You didn't hear?
I heard what you said.
Oh, I'll share it with Morning. They're my secrets. We're making up hours on AMP because we botched the middle of the year. So they were going to have us do our TPP sessions on AMP, live on AMP. But because it would kill a lot of time because we're doing 6 hours today. But I was like, oh, no, that's not good. One, they don't come out for a month. So it's like really a sneak peek. 2, in between, me and Trevor are always like, ugh,
Uh,
dude, how mad people going to be? You know,
right.
Oh my God, what are we going to say about the Marlins? What do you guys have? Okay, let's do it. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 dun. Let's talk about the Marlins. And I was like, it's going to be truly behind the scenes if that's like how that's going down. Or you know, ins and outs of it. Any questions from the chat? I can just take some at the end here.
Yeah, we have like 5 minutes. So anybody have any questions? Can I tell you that I watched 2 of my favorite Jomboy media things between 4 and 5 yesterday? Noah and Sophia clip from Talkin Yanks. That made me laugh.
From Talking Yanks Twitter?
Yeah.
Well, you got to watch Talking Yanks, the episode today.
Because they're in it?
They're in it.
That's so funny.
They changed my laptop to French.
Right. So that clip made me laugh pretty good.
Yeah.
So FYI, everybody, there's a warehouse training session coming out today with...
Oh, yeah.
They know what it is, right?
Colin Stone came in through 95 to 105 mile per hour pitches at us.
Yeah. Canobio coming up to bat. Sam said, "I've never heard you laugh like that." It's one of the funniest lines. I think it's the funniest line ever said in the warehouse.
What Canobio says?
Yeah.
Okay. It was like under his breath?
No. Him and Colin go back and forth. I don't want to spoil it.
All right. Don't spoil it.
it.
Don't spoil it. The comments on the nanny were funny.
Wait, you guys just started watching The Nanny?
We did a watching commercials, and I think it's part of my vlog. Yeah. The weekly videos on this channel, on this YouTube channel, I put the brainstorm session on there, so people who saw that might see it. But we did watching commercials, which actually have like blown up. Like I think some of our highest watchings are commercials.
Yeah.
On Jomboy JTV.
Well, that's clickable.
I know. We have watching Australian commercials. We already filmed that. And someone commented, like, do other countries' commercials. And I'm like, all right, we already did. Sounded like that comedian Mark Norman there. Oh, we did. Whatever his name is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, he's got like a gravelly
Mark
voice.
Norman.
That's kind of how he talks. And I thought, I've been wanting to do Watching the Nanny for a while because The Nanny's such a bad show. That had like 10 years of run. And it's like the same 3 jokes over and over. And the son he's in a different world than all the other actors.
Right.
Like he's doing a Broadway play and they're doing a sitcom. But so we were filming, watching commercials, and then we just had it kick into a nanny montage.
Yeah.
We never addressed it.
No.
So we were just playing it like the commercials led into the nanny, and we didn't react, we didn't blink, and then we went back to 80s commercials which was cracking me up. And yeah, it didn't get that. Like it didn't. Like one of the comments I sent to you guys was like, why aren't we talking about what happened with the nanny more? And then someone responded like, yeah, like why aren't you guys talking about what happened with the nanny more? Did you see that one? It was funny.
No, I watched it last night. I had never seen The Nanny.
So this guy commented, so the nanny just starts up out of nowhere? And then someone responded to that, I can't believe no one's talking about it. That was cracking me up.
That's a great comment. What was I going to say?
Did you hear what happened on Talkin Yanks yesterday with We Got Ice Boys?
No.
So on We Got, not on We Got Ice, on Talkin Yanks. On Talkin Yanks, we pulled in a bunch of Yankee fans. We pulled in all the creators.
Okay.
And just put 30 seconds on the clock, talk about the Yankees, and then Jake and I reacted to what they said.
Okay.
Because we had nothing, we had to fill an episode.
Fill an ep.
Jack Doyle said, I've heard a lot of rumors IKF for Mondesi trade.
Wait a minute. Did this Talking Yanks go out?
It's out now today.
Okay, so that's why at the start of the show, a lot of people commented, what's with the rumor with Mondesi?
I don't know. Jack dropped it, and we were just like, me and Jake reacted like, what the fuck? Like, is this a trade? Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What? And then Zoe came in, and then he just casually dropped it as well at the end. And we were like, okay.
Right.
But then they didn't talk to each other. John was like, no, they didn't talk. No one knew what they were getting called in for.
No, they had to have said
But they had to. And then Canobio dropped it as well.
Okay.
And we were like, all right, so we're the joke.
Right.
but it was fun.
Somebody said, where was it? Oh, if you want to talk, did you talk about Scott Rolen?
I have no
opinions.
That's where it's very hard to talk on a national show. I don't care about Hall of Fame voting. I'm honest about that. People get very upset about it. I didn't watch Scott Rolen play at all. That's what I don't get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he was in the National League. I was a teenager, young kid that just watched, or college, high school, college. Yeah, I was in middle school, high school, college, and I just watched, I didn't even watch every, Yankees game until 2004. Then I watched every Yankees game.
Right.
I didn't watch Scott Rolen play. I never have ever seen a game where he got 4 at-bats.
Yeah.
And if I did, I wasn't putting in my memory, I got to notice this guy.
Right.
I have no opinion, nor should my opinion hold any water on if he's a Hall of Famer or not. But there's people younger than me that have, crazy strong opinions. So
Well, they're just going based off the numbers.
I know, but you can't fully do that with Hall of Fame. I don't think you can do that with Hall of Fame. There's very much a feel to it. And that's why sometimes you have people that watched him play or are active fans and are like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. So that is my opinion, but it's not. I have nothing to share there. I'll just try to play host and pass it to Jake and Trev and let them share their thoughts. But I got nothing. Good career.
Nice.
Hall of Famer.
Sure.
Rookie of the Year winner.
Him
and Ken Griffey.
Reference?
Huh?
You looking at his baseball reference?
Yeah, I'm looking at his baseball. I wonder how many times both Rookie of the Year winners went on to be Hall of Famers.
Stats that exist but do not matter.
Yeah, I should tell Jolly to find that out. It can't be common.
No.
Right?
Probably not.
Because so many Rookie of the Year winners
are nothing.
Like Todd Hollinsworth, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Whoa.
Neither is Ken Caminetti. Caminetti. It was very small. Caminetti.
Jeez.
All right, that's the morning show. I don't know what we've discussed, but you guys were here for it, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, we did do your email. That was fun. People probably enjoyed that, and I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna title it like Mr. Beast made that video to himself in 5 years. He was like, "I'm gonna watch this in 5 years."
You know, I was worried that I was gonna read that and be two worries. I think of myself as young and naive back then, and dumb, and be like,
no, you're like what, 29, 30?
Well, just mean in the sense of the content creation world, or I was gonna be humbled or I was gonna be I've let that kid down. I've let that version of myself down. I don't follow this anymore and astray. You know, either a change. I was worried there was going to be a big drastic change one way or the other in thought process.
Right.
And how that would make me feel. And I am pleased to know I fully agree with everything I said back then. And I think I've been consistent in that messaging, so much so that I could send that email to the whole office and that would have saved me time from a lot of the conversations I had yesterday. Yeah. Which was a lot of those conversations.
It's funny that a lot of the things in that email you literally
almost word for word said to a lot of our employees yesterday in meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. We're going to go do some, we got 10 minutes when we're doing the other thing, talking baseball.
Okay.
Goodbye.